morning, evening, afternoon things. I'm going to do the Virgo male reading for the summer right away. I wanted you to take note of the jewelry I'm wearing. I got it from a friend of mine, and I've got her link. I'm going to attach it to the box below in case you're interested in some quality jewelry. This woman makes amazing stuff, and she's out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. This is her card, so in case you want to recognize. She has a Facebook page. You can look at all her stuff. Check it out. See if you like something. If not, she does some custom work as well. So take that into account. Really good stuff. Sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get, but it's all good. So she's a friend I can validate. And we kind of illuminate things that may help you or your partner in whatever way. Illuminate, you know. I think from a universal, what I kind of do is universally give the perspective that they're pushing and then translate that to however you can into your life. So again, starting with the overall energies, the first card I get is play. So this Virgo male is in a sense of play, and whenever they're going like this, it's like maybe they're doing something they shouldn't, right? So there's a sense of play and excitement and I'm being pleased before everyone else. So that's the overall energy that I'm picking up here. That's, you know, summer, it's a time for play, and that's where the Virgo's at, okay? Then we have action. So, I mean, that's self-explanatory. This guy's taking action, and he's going to have fun. His main goal here is to have fun and play whatever titillates him, right? This is what's going to happen. So I'm a priority, and I'm going to take action to make things happen for me. And the last card I get for the overall energy is the leadership. So I feel like in some way he may be, they're giving me a sense here that there's a role here that he needs to play, leadership role, that he may not be, he may be skipping out on. That's the word I got, skipping out on a leadership role here. So there may be some kind of, you know, if you're within a family, you may be kind of skipping out on some of your duties there in that way. So there's something here having to do with, you know, putting things aside to have play and excitement in your life. So we'll look into that as the energies move on here. So that's the overall energies. I'll recap that at the end here. It gives us a starting point. General blanket that goes over. Okay, so I use two tarot. Well, I use 4 different tarot decks, and 2 of them are generally just, you know, overall, and then a love and romance type, and then a sex. We get into the sex side of it to kind of zone it down. So the first card I get for the generalized, you know, expanded view here is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is about bringing energy forth in love and caring to someone, right? We are down, we got this horse that's all full of sparkly things, and we're going to offer that outward. So that's the energy of wanting to take care and attention outward, okay? Next card we get is the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is about trickery behavior where we're getting away with something we kind of know is wrong, right? We know we're not supposed to be running off with all these swords, but we're doing it anyway, okay? So the energy is coming into the love sector, so we got to be careful here. This is what it's about, love and romance. The next card I get is the Knight of Swords. No. Okay, each deck has an individual, right? How they epitomize the characters here. And this guy, he's moving. His horse is going forward, but it's almost like he's been stabbed, and we just don't see the wound here. But I feel like there's a sense of defeat that this Virgo male is coming from. having to do with love, okay? So there's something here. Maybe he was stabbed. If we got a coupled relationship, maybe he's been stabbed and hurt by a partner, sneaking off, okay? Or, I mean, again, these energies, they can flip. Or this could be something he's doing to his partner, okay? And if we have that energy of play and where we're not taking the lead here in some kind of way, we got to keep that in mind, right? So the next card I get to, and the first line of energies here, is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is about keeping yourself locked in a position where we really are not locked, okay? But there's a sense here, and I'm already getting a clear-cut scenario. It's like we're locked in a relationship, and I'm getting a sense that it may be the Virgo male. Again, it could be the partner, but take it either way, that there's no loyalty here, okay? We've got a sense of going out and doing something that we know is wrong. So I'm feeling like that comes in with the loyalty. We're offering love outward when we know we're in a relationship. We shouldn't be doing that. And then there's a sense of defeat here. So there's a reason that I feel like this Virgo male is doing it, but nonetheless, it's still not right. Okay. And then there's a prison that this is like, you can end a relationship and go to another one. There's, you know, that's kind of the limitation I got here, is we can do that, but we're keeping ourselves locked into this one that either we're not happy with or we're fighting or whatever. Either way, or we may have an affair going on here or something outside of a relationship that is maybe just for play, just to see if I can get away with it. Just to see if I can get away with it. I don't have to add no more. It's like, yeah, it's just to see if I can do it. You know, there's no loyalty here anywhere. So that's the energy I'm picking up here for the Virgo male in the first line. This is a self-imposed prison. He's limiting himself to these decisions that he's making, right? So these can be stepped out of in a certain way, right? But for whatever reason, there's something different going on here. Now, the next line, we get the Four of feeling. It has to do with emotions. I feel like this man, again, this Knight of Swords, he's just sticking out to me that he's been stabbed. He's been hurt. And it's like now I'm locking myself, my emotions up, and I'm just going to keep them to myself. I'm no longer investing in someone else outward because it's painful, right? And we may have like a rebellion or retaliation in that way, and that may be the situation of going out and looking for something else, okay? So yeah, I can't get rid of this energy. It's heavy. This is heavy. That feeling, just look at him. He's slumped over. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm going forward, but I'm in pain here. I don't know if I can make it, okay? Now, we have that energy. The Four of Pentacles is and I feel like it has to do in this situation with his emotions. Locking him up, and nobody's going to get the better part of me anymore. I'm not going to allow this to happen again. What I'm getting here, okay? And we have the Fool. So with the Fool, with the Four of Pentacles is really saying that is somewhat of foolish behavior, locking things down and not allowing. Now, either way, we're going to go off in a new direction. Okay. Next card we get is the Six of Cups. So we have a situation where we're guarding our heart because of something, a mishap that happened here. Okay. Again, I'm not sure from who. I feel like first it's brought upon the Virgo male from a partner that was highly invested emotionally, and now we've shut the heart off, and now we're going to go in a direction where we're going to go get, you know, kind of like revenge. We're going to go get what we want in that way. Maybe someone had an affair and now they're going out to have an affair to get the person back for it, that kind of thing. I don't know, you know. And then we have the Six of Cups is about I'm getting a feeling here about soft energy. So it's interesting that we have, like, we're going to lock down our heart and we're not going to go forward with our heart open, but yet he's turning away from this locking of the heart. And then this is kind of like an opening, flowering. It's all these emotions. Now, Six of Cups can be someone from the past that may be stirring up some emotions here where this man cannot block that in a loving way. It's just automatically flowers for this person. So we don't have an actual character here, but we have the feelings of love, right? We're in a situation, I feel, where we've had wrong done to us. So now we're going to do wrong against someone else. But in the meantime, we're confused emotionally, but there's a sense here of that not being, like, we're going to break through that. The universe is going to bring someone in who's going to, not resonate with a closed heart. They're going to help them open it. Okay. Then we get the Ten of Pentacles. And that's interesting because this is looking better here. Now, the Four of Pentacles, right? The locking down of the heart because we've been hurt, right? It's the path. And then the Fool is going off in a different direction. So we've been hurt. We're going to turn away. They're going finally turn away from something. So maybe that, this was something that had kind of been going on for a while. They just finally, the last straw. There's a lot of that going through these readings. Four of Pentacles, that energy to want to shut down emotionally. The Fool, taking off in a different direction than you were going. And then the Six of Cups is kind of like childlike, youthful, loving, caring, compassionate feelings. I get moreover for this card is opening that up in a way. We've had it locked down, our feelings, emotions locked out. We need to open that back up. And then the Ten of Pentacles, I feel, is the direction we're wanting to go in. We want the stable, sturdy home life, and we're going to work to create that. In the meantime, whatever comes in, we're going to, I think there's the mind of the Virgo male is going in the direction where we're not going to open up here. We're going to focus on work and building our stability and whatever, kind of bulldoze. But in the meantime, there's an energy here, an opportunity. Again, no characters coming in the summer yet, but I feel like there's an opportunity here to open that back up again. Universe is going, no matter what you're thinking, there's something going to come here. It's going to change your mind on that. So in the meantime, he's working on the stability to create for himself forward. He's going to kind of work on getting prepared to get someone else in that position that he had. Okay. So, for the couples that feel a splitting or dating, same thing. We're going through a process here. We're a splitting of energies. It's a lot of, I feel like they were illusioned a bit. Didn't want to face the truth of this relationship that had busted apart, but no less, it's something that now they're dealing with the aftermath. It's like, yeah, I got to go forward here and I'm going to focus on work. And in the meantime, I don't care about love, but yet there's an essence here through this of revenge that we're going to get revenge somehow. Okay. So that's the second rung of energies here. Now, as we move into the love and romance side, we get the Ace of Wands. So I feel like this is more, I'm getting the anger. Oops, sorry. Getting the anger and resentment high, like the revenge, passion and revenge. Like I was very upset about this now in a weird way, right? So the Ace of Wands is fiery passion and wanting to get together. Yet there's just the essence on the top of the cane there that there's physical activity here. So what's wafting over me that I can't deny is the fact that this man's going to kind of go out and get loose with it, right? He's just going to go out and taste test things because he's kind of in a position where he's just, in rebellion, right? In rebellion, he's going to kind of go out and find some physical partners and deal with that, but not on a very light level where we're not going to open up and let ourselves be vulnerable to anyone per se. This is his plan. What happens might be different, okay? So that's that passion forward. We're going to go out and get satisfied in a physical way. So maybe this was a part of the relationship that whether you were single or coupled, you know, you're getting together, you're test driving. This is what you want. You want to get physically satisfied, and we're not thinking about much else, okay? So the next card is it's the King of Wands, and that's that because the King of Wands always has the focus, right? And if it's wands, man, he's focused on the passion and he's going to get it, and that's his goal. And like I said, there's not much depth here. Not that we can't carry it or that we don't have it, but we're just not willing to put it out there because of what we've been through. It's a rebellious streak is what I'm feeling. It's like we've had something done to us here. It's just unjustified all the way through. And no matter, the Virgo male is kind of just now, he's just taking it outward in frustration, right? It's like, it's about me. I'm going to play now and I'm going to have fun. And that involves sex. So that's what I'm going after, you know, and I don't have time for much else. So don't put any reins on me, because I'm not going to put up with that either. That kind of a thing. So the next card we get is the 16. Wow. Okay, so that's the Tower energy, okay? So there's something here the universe is trying to tell this man. He's not been listening. I feel like part of it was in this relationship that busted. There was something there was an energy coming forth that he just didn't want to look at, okay? And maybe it was a cheating partner. Maybe it was a partner that doesn't jive, but they just didn't want to look at that. They didn't want to be single. They didn't want, but push came to shove. Something came from the other side of him. The universe is going, you need to look at this. You need to look at this. And he just didn't. He wouldn't stop long enough to do that. And now the situation is busted apart, okay? Because the other side of this relationship suddenly had a situation. They got sloppy with it and then ended up getting caught cheating, or I'm using these scenarios, but you know, it may not be exactly, but it's a situation where we cannot have it anymore. We cannot have this relationship anymore. We cannot deny it. Basically gone public with things that we just can't sweep under the rug no more, you know? So that's that Tower energy, things falling apart on the sexual side of things, specifically here. That's kind of where it hit him, where it hurts there. Because I'm feeling a disjointment on the sexual side, and that may be the partner, you know, being with someone else, okay? And the next card is 12. The Hanged Man. And that's that energy of, oh, now we gotta wait here. We gotta stop things. So to a degree, the Hanged Man he's taken himself out of the mix. And I feel even though there's an overdue tag on this, like the universe is going, yeah, we weren't listening all along. We're still maybe not listening at all here for what's best for us. But no less, we're going to take a time out. Now, this could be a time out from a relationship to deal with a situation that happened, and then we may decide later to go back. Or it could be the busting up of a relationship and we need to take time, whatever. I feel like the timeout is partially the Virgo male going, yeah, I need something, you know, I need something here. And then it's partially the universe going, yeah, we need to be alone, but he's resisting. There's no way he's going to look at being alone because he's been in a relationship. He's felt like he's been alone. So why do I have to do that? I'm going to get what I want. And he's kind of being, he's going to take action to go forward and get a physical partner. And again, I feel like there's maybe part of his life is changing. I feel like this man is not as chaotic as he can or will be over the summer. And I feel like he's going to just really not be himself. And the reasoning, again, the rebellion against what has happened, the situation. He's mad at himself because he didn't want to look at it, but yet he knew it himself. And he's, you know, rebelling against that, rebelling against partners, you know, and then dipping into new stuff that we're just not being loyal in that way to anyone at this point, including ourselves, right? So that's the energy on the romance side. We're really passionate and wanting to, how do you say? We're wanting to dip into that. And that's what we're focused on. We're focused on getting passion and sex. But again, this is not for your highest good. We need to take a chill pill here, is what the universe is saying. We need to spend time alone and suspend ourselves from the sex side. But they're refusing to do that. They're going forth in passion. The universe is going to throw things at them to throw them off base here, because we need to just take a time out. But so there's kind of a splitting of energy here between, there's a fighting between him and I don't see, he would see it that way. But the way I'm getting is the universe trying to present him with opportunities to be by himself. He's like, no, I just want some physical satisfaction right now, and that's going to help me. But not realizing, right, the universe knows what is best for him, but he's going in an ego kind of way, centered, thinking that that will please him, but it will take a time, and he will figure that out no less as well. So that's kind of the path he's on here. A little bit of almost self-destructive, right? But I don't see him getting carried away with that, because he's a little more on the sensible side. But that's the trail we're going. Now the sex. We have the 8, the Justice. See, these ones don't glare. Yeah, the Justice is, the universe is saying here, things will get justified. We don't want to get too far off, you know, in our passion, because that will be justified as well. And the Tower will come down on you if you're creating. And I feel like he is kind of going to create some negative karma forward. I feel like that's what's going on here, is he's creating negative karma, but he's just doing it in a rage, and he's not really truly understanding the dynamic there. He's not getting it. But the universe is going, you know, we will create justice here no matter. And even though an injustice has been done to you, you don't need to be going outward in the same manner. So we got to watch our step. We got to think about this. They're going also Libra, right? There may be a partner here, was a Libra, or could be going into a partnership with a Libra. Air sign figures prominently, okay? Then we have 17, which is the Stars. And the Stars is about feeling like the center of attention, okay? This is what the male Virgo is after. He wants someone to make him feel special, and he's going to search until he finds that, especially in the bedroom, because that's where I think a lot of males, they just take it out in that direction. That's where it blossoms from, right? Women is softer, like caring and emotional capacity when they feel supported. A man, when he's sexually stimulated, and that, then things can blossom from there. So this is what he's going after. Again, the universe is kind of saying, I think we need to take a pause, but he's going, oh no, I'm going to find someone to please me in the way I want to be pleased. And that's what I'm thinking about, right? So again, the energy of justice is right there. Then we have the 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords is the act itself, right? Getting and going in that way. And I do feel, even though he's not thinking in a balanced way, the way a Virgo male in prime condition thinks about other people's feelings, he's not balanced in that way. I feel like he is actually balanced with the partner that comes along in the summer. And there may, I feel like, actually, I was going to say there may be a few, but they're going, no, there's one person he's going to be working on. And the thing is, he's going to go into it thinking one night and that's it. But he's going to kind of get sucked in in a way that's kind of good, because there's a lot that can be learned here. Okay. We're going after the physical thing, but we slowly, this is the one that's going to open them up. Okay. You don't want to give feelings, and it's just going to naturally kind of blossom anyway. Okay. And then the next card we got, which is good. This is kind of interesting, is the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is about really being mindful and appreciating this partner he has physically. So he's appreciating that on the physical level, right? Wanting to feel the center of attention. And guess what? He's making her feel like the center of the universe. So he's going, I want this. You know, he goes out in a huff, being that earth sign, and he's like, I'm going to get, and then slowly, softly, there's an energy that comes at him that he just melts into and he flows with. And then as they do that, then they melt into this partnership where it's like, what do you know? The roles reversed. I'm idolizing her and I want to make her feel. So his heart just blossoms right back open and he dives into her physically. And again, it opens him up. Then he can start to kind of let go of all of this resentment and pain through this woman. Just dipping into the sensual side of things, right? So this is a really good turnaround. I gotta say, he's really, yeah, the universe is like, you think you're gonna do, but guess what? We got to counterbalance for that. And that's kind of that justice as well. We're gonna go out there. I don't want to say like a maniac, because the Virgo doesn't carry that. He can be classy when he wants to be. He is quite in his own way, just in a quiet way. He's classy, and he wouldn't be trashy, right? He doesn't hold that. But in his way of being brash, that's what he was going after. But there's going to be a soft touch here that's going to kind of illuminate him and flip him around, but in a good way. In a good way, he's going to come forward and just bloom from where he needs to be. He's going to let go of the resentment, because that doesn't deserve this person, or it doesn't, you know, belong to these people, either one of them. Now you're going forward in a new energy. So these are new people and you got to let go of the past, right? So in a sense, he does that through the sexual act, right? So that opens him up, gets rid of it, unchains him from all this energy, and then he just works it forward. Just, it's really kind of beautiful. Actually, what I'm seeing, I can't really express it too great, but it's nice. It's a good flow here. So it seems like he's just going to be on rampage, but he's going to come across something, and I don't think he's going to have to stumble too hard here. It may even be the first pick of the litter that goes out that he jumps into, or whatever happens he stumbles into, that really brings him around and makes him open that heart back up, and then we starting all over. Suddenly I'm doing what I thought I would never do, which is open my heart or be vulnerable to anybody again. But the reason it is because this woman is being completely vulnerable to him. And he being an earth sign, you cannot unbalance that. You're so sensible. You're like, I can't take advantage of someone like this. So then he decides to open his heart and see what happens. And that's how the man, through sex, opens. Because they feel that that's the most vulnerable position you can be in, right? That's how he sees it. This is the most vulnerable she can be. And look at how natural it is for her. She ain't faking it. Ain't, you know, they can feel that. So then he's like, well, I ain't gonna fake it either, because guess what? I'm feeling something already. You know, there's just a chemical reaction with these two coming in. So it's all good. Really good. Gravy stuff. So these are the horizontal lines, and I'm going to go and take the first, second, third, and we're going to go vertically through this and see what else comes out here. Some more tips. Again, I'm just going to go with the flow here, and if I feel I got to fill in some edges here where there's not enough talk about singles or couples, I feel like it really applies to both equally. We have a couple, it's splitting. So there's going to be a single side here. And if we have a single, there's a breakup or a relationship that they left, and now they're, so it's kind of we're going on the same track here. Very close. The energies are very close. So I'm going to go vertically with all of them and see what we come out with. And then I'll tie it up in the end. So the first card of the first was the whole idea of love and going outward, right? Because in the beginning, we're talking about hiding that energy and no more and resentful, right? With the 4 cups, we're feeling we don't want to let that go anymore. Without, you know, we got too much pain here, so we're going to lock up the love zone and see what happens. But passion is peeking through here, and it's really blinding him, right? I got this passion. I still want sex, but I don't want to give love away. And how's that going to work? It's not going to work, right? It's kind of seeing that it doesn't add up. I gotta lock my heart down, but I still got passion, and I want to engage in sex. So how am I going to do that? And then the justice comes in and says, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way here to balance. So be careful, right? So the ominous justice sits there, because sometimes you can be thinking of justice in your point of view, but as we go forward, you know, if there's behavior that you've done wrong, then you will have to pay for that. So, and you know, for some, I feel like there is some justice that needs to be paid on him. And I feel like for some, there is justice that needs to be paid back to him, meaning he needs to get, because he's been overly good and, you know, whatever. So there's a bit of a mix here, 50-50 with the Virgo male. So yeah, so very interesting. Being led by our passion, right? So the second card across the board here is that sneaky behavior. Okay, we're going to get underneath this right away here. And we get the Fool. So again, not going far from somebody here is going off in a foolish direction. And then we got him, right? We highlight, this is him. He's going off. It's a Wands energy, okay? I have to take note of this. We're an earth sign, but we're in a Wands energy. So this is out of our element, and this is our passion and fiery energy. It's a little bit overblown. And this is what's going on here. This is the path, the trail he's going, okay? I'm an earth sign. I take things slow and steady, but I'm feeling ferocious, and I'm going to go fast and furious. So that's the energy that's driving him through the summer, right? We're going to be a little foolish here. You know, either me or someone around me has gotten away with stuff that they shouldn't have, and I'm turning my back and I'm moving in a direction. And not only that, I'm moving there feverishly, right? Going there with passion and all of the ones, even though he's relaxed here, it's like, no, I'm going to take action and make things happen. And the stars is like, again, that's what he's in search of, to feel like that, right? The girl's tending to him, making him feel good, right? So that's what he's after. I want someone to make me feel good, you know, and that's what I'm going to get. So the sneakiness here, we could, like, again, I'm getting a 50-50 split. We may have had some Virgo males kind of, you know, cheat in a relationship. And in that case, then we're going to get someone coming across that's going to kind of balance that. Maybe our partner got too much karma here, and now we're going to get karma on the other end. And then I get a sense here that some of them, they're justified. Their partner, they left their partner because that happened. So now they're going to go to a relationship where they're going to get payback in a good way for that, not in a bad way. They're going to get, you know what? Yeah, you need to be pampered, da. So either way that goes with that. But that's what he's after in the summer. He wants to feel good physically, and he wants, you know, that partner to show that, or a partner to show that. As we work into the threes here, the Knight of Swords. So he's just all over. He is just not in his element, no matter. because we get the Knight of Swords here if we're talking about him. So that's the feeling low, and a lot of this stuff is going on in his head too. The air element, there's a lot moving around his head, and he's moving and shaking, but you know, maybe not saying much, but boy, that mind's busy with what's, you know, all the negativity as well, and all the hubbub about what happened. It's all rolling around. Okay, then we have the Six of Cups, and that's that compassionate, loving, childlike energy. Okay, we may have someone again from the past that comes and helps us through that. Then we have the Tower. Now the Tower in this line here makes me feel things can go either way, because if we bring out our compassion, this is going to be felt in a good way. It's going to clear the slate in a good way, because the Tower can bring about good energies. We just have to, you know, we have to be a good person to absorb that. If we're bad and devious, then we're going to feel that in a bad way. It's going to come back. And that's, people know that instinctively, right? Try and run from it, but it catches us no less. So the Tower energy here, depending on where you sit as a Virgo male, I feel like there is a splitting within, you know, singles and couples. There's a 50 split here that we're going to get negative consequences or positive. Okay. And then we end up here with the Five of Swords. So that is the act itself, getting indulged in there. So be careful of things that can happen, especially if you're going and doing this in a vengeful kind of way. If we're going in and getting after a partner in a vengeful kind of way, things can come down. I'm getting sexually transmitted diseases, more drama than you really want to attract here. But I get a possibility that we can come from a loving place, and that's a better, you know, what we should make a priority. That's a better thing here. So just be aware, there's the energy right there. It's just saying I'm disappointed with my life, and I want to go outward, and you know, maybe haven't felt good since I was a child or a child in the relationship, right? Way back. And the universe is throwing some things here to give you direction. And one of them is a partner coming forth that we just don't want to be in a destructive zone. We don't want to be in a vengeful zone when this partner comes, because it's going to be, it's good opportunity for growth. Simple. That's what they're saying. This is the opportunity for growth forward. If we abuse that as we go forward, we're going to find it harder as we move on. But the Tower is going to bring upon energies to make this happen, and also to accentuate it in whatever way that karmically you're running. And again, usually I feel, oh no, he's going to get it, or no, he's, you know, but I get a sense here it's kind of split. Some of these guys are going to collect good karma, and some of them are going to be paying a debt because they've done wrong, and they need the balance of the energy. So this is going to come through this relationship no matter. And there's going to be some kind of shocking results here. If we have a single here and he's been good, and you know, and everything's put upon him in a bad way, then we've got a shocking revelation here of a woman coming forward that's really more than we expect, and greater than we could ever have imagined, to come forward and show him that way. Balance that energy. He needs that loving. Boom. The universe is going to supply it in a shocking kind of way. Now, for the ones that have done wrong, they're going to have some shock and awe. And that's the thing, is be careful on the sex side, because they're giving me like diseases. They're showing me that that's a possibility. If we go out recklessly, this is something that could happen. So take care and caution. Period. If we're going to be that way, we got to take caution and be careful with the energy, because it comes back so quickly now. We're not going to know what hit us, but then we're going to know exactly what it was, right? So the last line here on the vertical, we have the Eight of Swords, and that was that prison he felt like he was in. I feel like that's that kind of the unveiling. He still has to kind of kick and scream his way through this energy yet, because he's still somewhat in denial. He's out. Everything's out. I'm done. It's over. But there's still, you know, beating himself up about it, not seeing, not wanting to see, all of that. So there's a bit of that lingering, that energy. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So that's interesting because it's like, this is what I'm going to work for, and this is what I'm going to go forward to, and eventually I'm going to get it. And I don't think he is, but he's just disappointed, I think, too, and a lot in himself for not listening. It's getting to the point where he it was so obvious in the end there. He's like, how come why didn't I make actions sooner, that kind of thing. So the Ten of Pentacles is about the future that he's hoping for. He knows he's going to get into a position where he's going to find one that's better suited, or, you know, long term, that kind of thing. And he's going to work to do that, even though like the energy is a little different there. Then the 12, again, that energy of, yeah, we should take time to be alone and figure things out. Look from a different viewpoint, right? We're looking from being tied up into all of this in denial. And then there's the energy forward here. That's the end game. We want the whole stability. I think he's thinking more about stability so that he could offer that to a partner. And then, you know, the hang time in between, where we got to think about a plan here, devise a plan so we can go forward. But no matter whether the Virgo male does this or not, the universe has got a plan either way he goes. If he goes in that way, then they got supportive energy. And if he doesn't, they're going to throw something. And that's what it is. We got 2 10s here. So the universe is wanting to set him up. For the ones that are on the good side of this karma stuff, the universe is wanting to set you guys up with the perfect match. Even more perfect than you could plan for yourself. Because it just really, I feel like a lot of amazement. This guy is being amazed by this woman. Just didn't realize there's women out there like that. Just blossoms him from the inside, and it just goes back, reverberates back and forth in a good way, right? We're being pleasantly surprised because we're underestimating the partner's capacity here to please him. And then she, you know, delivers on that. And then he's like amazed, like, oh, this was enjoyable. I'm, you know, amazed in all areas. So then he's giving that back. It's inspiring him to give back. So they're both just openly being, in a sense, I'm feeling not too vulnerable. I feel like maybe there's just an energetic match here, and we've both been through the same thing. And we, you know, once we get talking, we might find that out. I feel like right now it's just a physical thing going forward. But eventually we might figure out that we're kind of on the same path, going through some kind of the same issues. And that's why there's a resonance. So really good turnaround. So whatever did happen to this man, or if he, you know, engaged in this behavior, there's definitely a turnaround coming for him by the end of summer here. We're gonna have our summer start out furiously angry and resentful and bitter, but there's going to be an energy coming in that's going to flip him 360s, looking at things in a better way. So if he doesn't do it himself, the universe is going to send him someone in who's going to make that happen to a high degree. So good energy for Virgo male. It's pretty good. He's an earth energy, but he's just right out of his elements. He's into the air, overthinking a lot of stuff here, right? Because we just had something bad happen. So a lot of thoughts in our mind are just rolling around in there, and we're brooding about it. And then he's also in the fire wands fire wand energy, where we're active and we're going to make shit happen, right? So we're a little more aggressive than we would normally be on a scale of being within our own power, right, of the earth. So he's going to go out and get things where he's going to be a little more pervasive or persuasive than he would be normally, but it's going to work for him because the universe got his back here. To a certain degree, these men are going to get rewarded. They just don't know. They don't think about that part. They don't think about the fact that, you know, I could get rewarded here, or I should get. they're just really brooding about the situation and having to deal with it really emotionally. And I feel like, again, this is going to come out in the relationship. The relationship here is going to give him an opportunity and a partner that is compassionate with what he says. And he may not be used to that. So again, I'm getting a lot of, like, I don't believe, like shock and awe about a partner coming in. Don't believe there's women out there like this, that kind of thing. So good energy for this summer. I feel like he's being wowed by the universe unexpectedly, but no less that energy is there for him. I'm going to get wowed here. Right? Now, I'm taking my pedestal away here. The energies, go over the energies and tie it up. Now, the play, right? And that's that sense of play, but it's look at his eyes, right? The deviousness. Like, I'm going to please myself, and he's going to go out in a devious manner, but he's going to get rerouted quite quickly. So this is the energy that's starting him on his summer, right? Action is, he's going to be more action oriented than he has ever been. And it's like I said, the energies that's pushing him initially get him out there to do all that, but it's going to be turned around again. And then leadership. So in the beginning, I was getting a sense here where we're not taking leadership, and I feel like that might have been in the past relationship here. So that's definitely what he's doing now. I mean, if he didn't take leadership in that last relationship, man, he's taken account of action. You know, if he wasn't action oriented in the past, he is definitely flipping gears and doing that over the summer, and he's going to see good results for it. Even though he's doing it out of vengeance, like I said, the heart's going to start to open up in compassion, and that's where it all disintegrates. That's where it starts to fall off. You know, he meets this woman and his heart starts to open up. It softens, and then he softens, and away we go. Then the energy starts to shift. He starts to let go. And even though he's got a lot he's got to deal with here, I feel like there's a partner that's compassionate and waiting and understanding is really, you know, she's standing there in front of him and going, yeah, you know, you had a bad breakup. If you don't feel like having sex, we don't have to. And then he's looking at her going like, are you kidding me? You're going to wait for me? You know, and don't know if I'd be that understanding is what he's thinking. But at the same time, he's going, wow, that's awesome. You know, there's a bit of an acceleration here in the passion moving forward because she's just shocking him in a good way. So it's all good. Really good energy for the Virgo male. He's got a bad situation happening. Some tower energy there amongst. So he's got to be aware of what he's doing. But no matter, the universe is kind of going to sweep some things in there to reroute them. And hopefully it takes hold. And I feel for some of them it will. They're going to get something that's really genuine and loyal and true and honest. And they're not going to realize it at first, but maybe even long-term material here right off the bat. Like he just goes out in anger, and then the first one he picks up is making it sound cheap. But you know what I mean? The first energy he comes across seems to fit more than he figured, you know, if he looked and searched all his life, you know, that kind of thing. So it starts off rocky and bad, and that may be the energy sitting in right now. And then it moves into a field where we're being highly satisfied in ways that we just didn't even know we could. So that is the energy for the Virgo male for this summer. 2018. It's really good stuff. So the leadership stuff we might have a busting up of a family where we're kind of backing off from the whole unit is the sense. And if it's a couple, then we're backing off from the relatives on her side, you know, that kind of thing. I feel like there's some kind of thing with the leadership here. There's something that's expected of them that they're just shrieking, but it's understandable seeing what he's gone through. So take note of that near the end there. So for the Virgo, you know, you'll figure it out. I think you'll go in and come out You know, you'll go in one door and come out another. Just completely different outlook. So that's good. You know, I mean, everything's a process and it takes time to go through, but it seems like this is going to be on the upswing in the fall. And again, through all my readings, the zone is here. There's a lot of bust aparts we're coming across. And that energy is just, we're just going to get in line with who we're meant to be with. And the Virgo may be one of those guys that's lucky enough to just stumble upon the right one right off the bat. So that could be a good thing. So good luck with your summer. And be mindful of what you're doing and take care, have fun, and be kind.